everybody, Ponylover1989 here, and welcome to another reaction episode. Well, hope you enjoyed my horribly translated color splash reaction video made by Solargress. Now, something different, 765 suggested me to react to another inanimate objects show review. This is made by BAO's. Sorry, I'm not good at talking. This is made by BAO's Object Show Reviews, and it was Objects at War really that bad? I wonder if that's kind of a lot like Battle for Dream Island. So yeah, here we go in 3, 2, 1, and
building your online business?
Online business.
Go to Wix.com.
Skip.
I have done and said some stupid things in this community, but without a doubt, the worst thing I have ever done was my treatment of Mewtwo's pet wolf, aka Dom Erickson. In my very early days, I spent the majority of my time ridiculing Dom as well as his creations. Some I felt were for the right reason, but the other times it was just so annoying. Because of my stupidity and being a complete twat, I ran off Dom from his community as well as ruining his creations, teleporting spies, that he was making for years. Looking back at it,
Teleporting spies, isn't that like a reference to the
he
sci-fi
did his own stuff,
novel turned film,
he did his own
Dune?
stuff that were ambitious for his age, and I pretty much sabotaged him for it. It was stupid, it was useless, and it bring the worst in me and in this community. It is way too late to say this, but Dom, if you ever come across this video, I would like to apologize for being way too harsh on you, for making these
Tom
videos
Schroeder,
about you,
Stephen
and pretty
Felch.
much turning the entire community on you. I should have known better, and there's no excuse for me acting this way. With me having now a different and more positive views on Dom, I think there's a chance to maybe look at this show, Object as War, a different light. Was I too harsh for it? Was my initial critique of it unfair?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Guys, we've settled this.
I am a chair. I'm so excited!
They're voiced by child voice actors, just like Battle for Dream Island. Review of Objects at War. Created by Mewtwo Spet Wolf.
If you heard about
The
this
user?
show, then congrats. You deserve a veteran discount, because this is one of the oldest and earliest object shows, dating back to March 28th, 2013.
2013.
Season 2 of Insanity, Object Overload, Object Universe, and the greatest creation of them all, Battle for the Object Kingdom.
Shut up. I'll win.
It's kind of like Battle for Dream Island.
Shut up, Happy Block.
The production of the show started in early 2013, with his video asking his viewers to recommend some characters, which I thought was a nice idea. So nice that even I recommended 2 of my OCs as well. Can you guess which one? But I did end up with one of the more controversial characters, which I'll talk about it later in this video. When the first episode was uploaded,
Bone and
there's some
Crate.
positive feedback. Sure, it didn't have the greatest animations, assets, and voice acting, but it did show promise. And again, majority of first episodes aren't really the greatest.
And a real tiger.
Episode 2 improved some of the issues in that department, but they still felt there is a room for improvement. Then episode 3A came out and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
Not because of the animation, not because of the voice acting, but because of that piece of shit moving motherfucker. I'm getting ahead of myself. The most consistent problem with the show was the writing, both story-wise and especially character-wise. I have never seen so many one-dimensional, boring characters in one object show. There must be a record somewhere. Don't believe me? Here is a rundown on all the characters in Objects at War, including Host.
Wii Remote is the host.
He is your generic host who hasn't done anything wrong, and despite that, he's being hated by everyone and being blamed for every problem in this show, despite not being responsible for any of it.
Don't get the character enough screen time. These are shorter episodes. Maybe you can take a break.
She's a chair.
She's
She
a
keeps
chair.
saying that in the first episode.
She keeps
Then
saying
she said that
chair.
She walks in the woods in episode 3. That's it. just a happy-go-lucky object.
Yeah, what do you mean?
She literally has one line in this show. Next. She is so in love with other characters that we will talk about in a bit, and
Like
gets out to her
Fifi
friend that they
LaFew?
are being in love as well. So not only she is a creep, but also a hypocrite. I also found it funny that when that character was removed from episode 4, she felt sad, but when he was gone in episode 3B, she didn't feel anything. At all.
If they're not here, then that means we won.
Another member of this pudding gang, yet we saw how less personality despite the screen time he receives. He is also dating a photo, which was the reason why Fox was making fun of him for, but I think it was dropped episode 3B. Also got a lot of his loyalty for him in episode 4.
Stop talking about Rome. We don't need more hate on this show.
Broke the fourth wall.
The winner of this show, as well as the OC of Tom Erickson. If I'm being honest, he has the best backstory and abilities out of all the characters, but his personality is very lacking.
Very
He's
unlikely.
this ninja hat, should they be a badass, yet he sounds like a wannabe Batman. Is it
Batman.
me, or is he
Or
a
the
little
Dark
bit
Knight.
OP?
Very unlikely.
He hates Dark Hat. We don't know why, so I assume that's because he's racist. His voice in episode
Stop
2 by Sam
racist!
Project Universe.
But I hate you!
Well, you don't really have a choice.
Is this the last time I have to do this?
Aspirin.
Yes, that's my aspirin. To be fair, I haven't gave them proper directions to her, which explains why she's so underdeveloped being a generic goody two-shoes character. That also dies constantly. I was going to say that was because of my drama with Dom, but this happened before the fiasco. And why she has arms?
Lava lamp.
He is supposed to be a generic evil character, but he hasn't done anything bad in this show.
Like
Being
Plankton?
honest, his people being more
Dr.
vigilant, his
Doofenshmirtz?
is he, that lava found fair and square. Regardless, because it's 2013 object show, being
Box
characters
of
are first.
stupidness.
When it feels like mosquitoes are
Oh.
on the attack, reach for your family's
Add for
first line
repel.
of defense against mosquitoes and ticks.
Raid was better. Or
He's
Zebo.
not doing anything other than look like a cartoon reviewer in episode 3B and ask it to be big in episode 1. Other than that, he stands there in the background. Thank goodness I gave him an aspirin and distinct character in last object standing.
What are you talking about?
I'm just going to play this
TV
thing to explain
remote.
why she this character.
So, you think just because I'm a remote, I can't
Ruler
be
by-
color? Well, you are mean, and that's pretty offensive.
Target.
In episode 1 he's acting like a massive spasmoid, but throughout the series even he grew tired of his own shenanigans.
What is that big thing over there?
Dollar.
Is he a child? Is he a little genius? Because he created his own recovery center? I don't
He's
know.
voiced by
He
a
appears for
child.
like 20 seconds, so it's not like anyone would care if he disappeared.
Screw it. I'm going.
And what makes you the team leader?
Character voiced by Suitcase voice actor, we saw how he's less interesting than the Suitcase from II2. Oh, and she's also not loyal to her team.
Hey, like that. Let's go.
Well, we're on separate teams.
Oh, pish posh. Let's go.
Pish posh.
Okay.
You know,
It's like how the British say it.
you kind of talk about PSP quite a lot.
Brady.
I thought that was a cracker or something. At least I know that she's meant to be a smart character. Not like she's any good, but kudos for trying.
Door.
He's supposed to be a caveman, but instead he comes off like a wannabe potato from Water from the Wish. If you
Potato.
know, you know.
iPod, hi.
Epoch.
He has literally no lines until the last episode. And even then, he's told to shut up. Oh, and he won the season as well. Guess the writers know him playing Rebecca Black.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do
I
it.
question what her character is, other than being PSP's lover and probably dead in episode 3A.
OMG, Star, you're not allowed here. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Her entire shtick is complaining about her and everyone else getting not enough screen time.
OMG, Bone and his friends have way too much focus on the show. Come on, camera people, here's our love. Now, I hate this new guy. He talks too much. Once again, with the talking, I haven't had a single line since. I haven't even said anything for a while. Again, with the talking. I thought you were gonna give us all equal screen time, remember?
Yeah, the main issue why everyone is so underdeveloped is because almost no one gets the screen time to develop or show any personality. I know episodes are short and there are like 19 characters, but at least try to evenly distribute them from the episodes. have some characters in one episode,
14, 11,
and others in the next,
72.
and they will develop by itself. And no, complaining about it throughout the series doesn't solve the issue. Especially having the producers of the show coming in and firing the host. It's like if you're working in the supermarket,
the baking
department,
the supermarket?
bread and put out for sale.
Oh, black
And
bread.
instead of complaining to the baker,
Or burnt bread.
mistake, you complain to cashier. Shit, even producers
Complain
got
to the
more screen time than
cashier.
majority of the contestants. And I still have the balls to complain about lack of screen time.
Yeah,
Which is
but
part of the reason why we are hosting in the first place. To make sure that all characters get equal screen time. So we removed the crappy host, got 4 more votes this episode.
So, other than Dark Hat and maybe Box, we don't know much about host, contestants, producers, whatever this abomination is, or any other additional characters appearing from the episode 3, except for one object, who will go down in history as the most controversial character of all
The
time.
controversial character? Oh. Bone.
Bone.
AKA how one character ruined the entire show.
You know the character is bad when there was an issue with him even before the show began. For those who don't know, Bone was recommended by Fan, who as it turns out, was a stolen character from the other show called Awesome Object Opposition, as we'll address in the first episode.
You were an awesome object opposition. It was cancelled, so I thought I could join.
Apparently the character originally belonged to Teop,
Teop
but I'm not 100%
wagon.
sure. On top of that,
Pizzazz
on the release day of
pizza.
episode 1, Fan has been disqualified from debuting in a camp called Battle for Gold Palace.
Battle
using
for Gold
fake accounts
Palace?
in order to join the
That's
game.
kind of like Battle for
Dennis
Dream
was
Island.
being known by the time, since he got also sacked from other camp called Battle for K Kingdom a few weeks earlier for doing the same thing. In other words, people hated Fries and
I
Joe,
like
hence they tried
chainsaws.
to eliminate him in episode 2. Sadly, it didn't work. I blame Fries fans' fake account for it. You would think that after these news, Bond would be either eliminated or had limited screen time. Instead, he was shoved down everyone's throat for the next couple of episodes. At the start of the series, Bond didn't have many lines, but he was being praised by other characters how amazing he is.
Oh.
and that's how Bone defeated Lava Lamb in the arena. That's so cool. I can't believe you did that, Bone.
Following that, in episode 2, Bond decided to die and had a weird flashback where he was in high school being beaten up by a surfboard and hitting on popsicle. Despite being unconscious, his old team put him up for a challenge. However, it's because he's Bond and he's a god, he won the challenge for his team. Episode 3A and B. Oh boy. Again, the episode starts off with showing how Bond is cool and funny, and surprisingly, he doesn't show up later until the halfway through the episode. Friesman and Hagetry notice something in the forest, and Fries decide to go back to HQ.
I know who it is. Get back to the high Q.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
High
supposed to
Q,
be
and bring
HQ,
Bond
not high
just
Q.
because. Then we have this story about how Bond's old girlfriend, well, still maybe, Popsicle, called him and informed him that she is being kidnapped by Snowboard.
Snowboard?
Since this is a one Bond show, everyone's worried about him and trying to help him. In the meantime, Bond is disqualified from the game until they sort stuff out, because apparently everyone needs him as soon as possible.
Well, I'm afraid we have no choice. Bone, until Objects at War is clean of any danger, you are to stay here at Noah's Productions headquarters. So technically you'll be eliminated until further notice. If you wish to leave the building for any cost, you need to bring one of us with you. Do you understand? I guess so. Can I still help my friends save Popsicle? Of course, and we'll help along too. We need you back in the game as soon as possible.
And then we have this disturbing line.
And I also wanted to say that whatever you do, hurt Surfboard as much as possible. Of course.
In 3B, all the Bond stuff were toned down a little bit, but we still had the scene with him explaining why Surfboard kidnapped Popsicle. Well, it's because he's evil.
Popsicle's
What
evil?
is he like? What's Surfboard like these days?
Completely evil. He's got possessed evil people with him, and yeah.
And then he left the building and probably died. No, I'm being serious. This is the last time we see Bone, Chair, and Toilet Paper. Well done, producers, for putting them in danger in this deadly forest.
The next challenge is to race for the dark forest.
Does our